Hi guys, I'm the Multifarious Fisherman. This is 7 Fish. We just got back from Minnesota and I owe you a tip Tuesday. You may remember Milton from a previous video. He's going to help us out today. What we're trying to do here is give you tips to make you dangerous. Many of you may understand how sonar works. It travels through the water in a cone-shaped array. If it doesn't hit anything, the bottom of it's going to look like the top of an ice cream cone upside down. The cone is circular in cross-section, but when it hits the bottom, it's interrupted and bounces back. That's how the sonar reads the bottom. The box on the lower left represents a sonar display, and the colored lines at the bottom, it's bottom reading. The colored lines at the top are surface disturbance. Have you ever wondered why sonars show an arc and why maybe yours doesn't? Let's talk about that. Here's where we introduce Milton. When Milton enters the sonar cone, it will begin to leave a mark. As he gets near the center of the cone, he's physically closer to the transducer, and therefore the mark reads slightly higher. As he travels out the back of the cone, it goes back down. The sound is reflected more efficiently when he's in the center of the cone, and therefore you get a boulder mark at the center of your fish arch. That is illustrated by the red in the mark. If the fish were to come in slightly higher, he would travel through the cone, but he would be in it for a shorter time because the cone is half as wide. So the mark would look shorter, but bolder because he is closer to the transducer and therefore bouncing more sound. You may say, yeah, but why don't I get a perfect arch like that? There's a number of reasons. So far, the fish has traveled dead center through the cone, and that is not commonly the case. If we take a look at an example where the fish comes in at the edge of the cone, you'll notice that though he is traveling through the cone, he is not in it for very long, and he never really approaches the center of the cone. He never really gets any closer to the transducer, so the arch will appear quite flat. If the boat is sitting still or traveling very slowly, the fish will be in the cone for a very long time. You get more of a line than an actual arch. Look at another example where a fish enters the cone in the center but is spooked by the boat and travels away quickly. He begins to make an arch, but you never see it fall away because he's traveled out of the cone before it's had a chance to cycle. When a sonar sends and receives sound, it's referred to as pinging. You used to be able to adjust your ping rate on a number of sonar units, but they really don't let you mess with that anymore. If a fish leaves the cone in between the pings, you'll never really get a tail to your fish arch. So you'll see it rise, never fall off. If the boat is traveling at a higher rate of speed, the fish is not in the cone very long, and you may not get an arc at all and just simply a mark. Hopefully this has been helpful to you, made you a little more dangerous. If you like the content, please subscribe. We will likely do more of this type of thing. Explaining down imaging and why the fish look differently on that. We're going to help you as much as we can with your utilization of sonar and some of the tools that help us catch more fish. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again on Friday.